Hello everybody, it's Bob, and I'm getting ready to do a Euro mount bleaching process that's kind of on a fast pace. In other words, it doesn't take a lot of boiling and chemical or anything like that. All I do is I mix these formulas, this BW2 and this volume cream 50/50 in these kind of cups. Very important, these kind of cups. And I have 2 cups so I can do the 50/50, you know, and then mix them together. And then after I make that mixture, I'll coat this boar my wife got, and then I'm going to do the big one afterwards. But I'm going to start with this one. I haven't done it for a couple years. So basically you just mix the 50/50 like I said. You coat this all up real good. You wrap it in bubble wrap and you tape it up, you know, and then you do heat. And the last time I did this a couple years ago, I used a heater buddy, and that worked fine. But this one here is going to work better because it has a fan on it, and it directs the heat. And it's almost like on a principle of like when a woman goes to the hairdresser and she goes underneath the what do you call it? Hair dryers, I guess. Yeah, the big hair dryers. And this is the same thing. This is my hair dryer. I'm going to be heating it up 20 minutes on an area, and it probably takes about, I don't know, 20, maybe an hour and a half for this one. Just making sure you get a good sufficient amount. Don't leave it unattended because that's important. You get a sufficient amount of heat, and this is adjustable. So this is a pretty good heater I had in the garage. I haven't used it for years, but I saw the fan. I says it's got to be better than using the heater buddy. And actually, this is what I saw used previously. So we're going to do both of these, and then after you're all done and it's all white and dried, washed and dried, I use the Mop and Glow, and then it's ready to be hung. And actually, I think they look pretty darn good, but this one really needs it. It's getting a little greenish, like there's some left over, so it'll bleach it all up nice and take bleach the teeth all white. So let me get started, and I'll get it all wrapped up and show you what it looks like wrapped up after. I'll show a little bit of the boiling process. And when I did this buffalo head, this bison head, it took 4 boils, and I still didn't get 100% off. But I'm very satisfied, 100% of the cartilage off. But I'm very satisfied with the way it is. And when it whitens up, it should look really nice. I got this guy up in Saskatchewan, Canada, at a great place called Triple K Outfitters. My buddy Chris there, he put me on a good one. This is a small one, and which is bigger than most heads I see on the internet. When I'm looking for mounts and whatnot, this guy's pretty massive for a small buffalo. He has some really big ones there. He's known for trophy class buffaloes. So anyways, that's good enough. Let me get to work. Man, what a perfect day for boiling. Very little wind, well, simmering. I got it at 185, 195. And that's where I'll blast it with the pressure hose. This is pretty weird. I'm boiling the horns off the bison head, and you can actually see the horns in the film on the top. There's an outline. So you have to boil the head for a while and knock off the horns before you really get to boiling the head. You have to cut 30% of the end of the inner horns off so you can clean out the inside of them thoroughly. Oh, the most important part of this job is these rubber gloves. Don't do it without it. They'll change the color of your skin. When you mix them chemicals half and half, they can do some damage to your skin. So make sure you get good quality gloves that won't rip on you. These are pretty heavy duty, and they should work just fine. They've worked fine in the past. Okay, so it's all wrapped up, and the heat's running, and it's on high, and it's blowing that heat right at there nice. I'm going to put it on for 20 minutes, and then rotate it and flip it, and that should, about an hour and a half I'm going to be messing with this. No need for you to watch for that, all of that. All right, I just finished. I have about 2 hours on this. I kind of made a little shield, but boy, I wouldn't advise doing it unless you're gonna pay close attention to it for all the time. I kind of kept the warmth in there. I was doing it on like a principle that it was in a, under a hood, like women get their hair done. So it's not fiery hot, but it's hot enough that, if I was getting that as much heat that I would want to deal with if I was under a hood. So, and I did it for 2 hours. It's pretty warm, and I think that's enough for now for this. There, and that's it. I'm gonna take it out and wash it, see how it come out. Okay, so I just cut it open, and it's warm, but it's not hot that you can't hold it. It's warm that you can hold it. And as you can see, it's pretty white looking. I'm going to take it outside and clean it up and see what it looks like. Washed her off. It's pretty white, about as white as you're going to get it. And all ready for drying. As soon as it dries, maybe by tonight, I'll do a couple coats of a nice heavy coat of Mop and Glow, and it's all ready for the mount that I ordered from Woodworkers Taxidermists, I think is where I got it. It's a driftwood mount, and I'll show you that when I get it, and when it's a finished product. Oh, and I'm not going to bother showing you the whole process of the Bison because it's work in progress, because I think I'm going to have to use 2 heaters on it. Because of its size. So we'll see what happens. Oh yes, just in case I forgot, the total time on the heat was 2 hours. I did it in 20-minute intervals. And this process really eliminates that overnight thing and all the chemicals. It takes a lot of chemicals to boil a couple of heads this size in a big barrel, a big tank. It's like, I think 3 gallons or something like that of that I saw that you got to use, and they're like $30 and change a gallon. It's like, I'm not going to spend all that money. So this is, I saw this and I used it before. I saw this on the internet. I used it before and it worked great. My elk looked good a couple of years ago. I said, I'm going to do it again. All right, and I still had the chemicals left over from the elk I did 2 years ago, so it did 3 animals, and it wasn't that much money for what you're looking at, what you looked at the beginning of this video. Yeah, nothing's melting, so. I just kind of keep my eye on it. Make sure nothing gets too hot. Which it kind of is getting, you can hold your hand there, but that's a lot of heat. I'm going to take this off. See how that works. Yeah, everything's pretty warm. let it go just like that, see what happens. Because the fan is blowing the heat back this way, it's not making it so intense with the heater buddy. So, you know, this is the thing that you need to really be careful and pay close attention to, and to not look the other way. So, don't leave. I'm really close. If I'm just in the other room messing with my fishing stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to cook this head for 2 hours. I'll turn it in the other direction after a while, you know, 90 degrees, and hopefully that'll heat up the face. I'll kind of try to keep the heat in there. I don't think the heat has to be really hot. I think it just needs to be like a hairdryer. Okay, so I'm finally done. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I started messing around with both heads probably about 9 o'clock. So I've been fiddling around, and it's finally done. So what I ended up with was I used my buddy heater. I used the electric heater. This one doesn't get as really, don't have to worry about melting as much as the buddy heater. So that's it. So it's done. All I have to do is take it out and wash it. I'm gonna open it up. Open it up and take it out and clean it up. And I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you after this is all said and done. You can really kind of feel the warmth coming right out of there. So that's that. That's that. I'm gonna put my gloves on and I'll get back to you when it's finished. All right, there we go. It's all done. A little bit of mop and glow. After she dries, I'll run the heater on it for a little while. This one here. After it all dries, I'll just do some mop and glow, and she's ready for, I'm just waiting for my bracket. And I have 2 brackets coming. One for Janine's pig and one for this guy. And I thought it was better to buy them that's designed for this than the Mickey Mouse, you know, makeshift bracket. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the video and learned something. And remember, one of the most important things to do in this, and prior to wrapping it, is make sure that once you wrap it, that you wrap it fast enough that everything stays moist inside, because that's key. Once you dry, if you take your time too much and things start to dry up, that moisture, you know, you lose the moisture from the bleach solution. So just as a heads up, and sure, of course, it's at the end, but if you watch the whole thing, you can see. All right. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.